welcome back, man. It is. I want to get you on for many reasons. One in particular, this time of year, obviously, they in the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about Jimmy V, Coach Valvano, and of course the Jimmy V Foundation. You're a board member of their organization, so talk about the foundation. Talk about your experience with Coach V and the whole nine, if you will.
Well, we had, when we were in school, and our experience in college was transformational in terms of relationships and how we approach that. And my relationship with Jim Valvano is second to none, almost like a big brother, father figure. And it just grew as even after I left NC State, and then in his passing when he was diagnosed with cancer 31 years ago, when he started the Jimmy V Foundation. Well, what's amazing about that is that there's no sports figure that I know of, that you know of, in the world that's dedicated 1 week to an organization, the Jimmy V Week.
Right.
That is incredible. And he was the NC State coach. So we get national publicity every year for a cause that affects all of us. We all are affected by cancer. We have a friend or family member. At one time, it was a death sentence. If you heard the word cancer, you thought that was the end. Yeah. But because of the research, and not just the V Foundation, many organizations, but the V Foundation and its work and raising money for cancer research, it's been incredible. We want to continue to raise more money and more awareness about this dreaded disease. And now people are thriving and surviving through cancer with the research.
Wow.
That's awesome. We're talking to the legendary, my friend, Dereck Whittenburg.
Oh, I'm your friend now.
Yeah, you're my friend now.
It's Christmas time. Try to get a Christmas gift.
Exactly. As you reflect and talking about your relationship with Coach Valvano, you were actually a pallbearer at his funeral. You always talk about being more than just your coach. He was your friend. When we say the name, or when you just reflect on it, what's the funniest thing that you remember that he said to you, or give us the funny memory?
Well, he is his personality is infectious.
Yes.
I mean, if you meet him for the first time, everybody feel like, yeah, he's like my best friend. That's the way he made you feel. People always remember not what you say, but what you make you feel. And he was that kind of personality. And he loved people. He loved life. You know, and I was fortunate enough not just to play with him, but also coach with him as well when he was the coach and the athletic director. And he was incredible. I remember on a recruiting visit. We was in Washington, D.C., and we were going on all these visits, and he was hungry. And we was in the Prince George's County, and it was like a kind of a dangerous area. And he said, pull over to that Chinese place. We're going to get something good to eat. I said, nah, we don't want to go over there. He said, pull on over here. We went in there, and I mean, you know, it's the dudes in there, right? Right. And they all looking around. We got on suits in the neighborhood, looking like the FBI.
5-0.
And then he lit this place up, man. They found, that's Jim Valvano. That's Whit. Yeah, he lit this place up. He was holding court. He had what a personality this man had, and I just really, really enjoyed his relationship. It was real. I want to point out one thing. If you watch Survive in Advance, and it's been on all night this whole week. Yeah. People have been texting me from all over the country. There's one moment that explains our relationship. He was diagnosed with cancer in a 10-year reunion, and he was coming in the arena. I want you to remember the scene. I remember that. And he goes to every player, walks the player. What did he do when he got to me?
I think he hugged you, didn't he?
He kneeled.
Oh, that's right. He sure did. That's right.
He kneeled. Everybody talk about cabinet kneeling. What does that mean? This man, a long time ago, kneeled in front of me, in front of millions of people. That's powerful sign of respect, relationship, love is real. Tell me what coach in college going to kneel to a player.
Right. No, you're right.
You got a picture of Coach K up there on the wall. I saw it. He ain't been on the show, and he ain't kneeling to nobody. Okay, I know Coach K.
That was it before we got here.
I'm going to take it down, put mine up.
We'll do that.
That was a great story. Thank you for sharing.
Oh man, we talked to the great. I mean, he talked about it. Emmy Award, of course, national champion. Just a great guy. It's interesting. We talk about this. You said it right. Cancer affects everybody. I mean,
yes.
There's nobody on the sound of our voice that doesn't affect. And what are some of the things that when people contribute money to the foundation? What are some of the things they focus on, if you will?
Well, one thing that is imperative for us is that 100% of every dollar goes directly to cancer research because our team, what is our team? It's our donors, it's our staff and organizations, our board is ESPN, everybody that is really contribute to that. So we are afforded that. For all of our donors, that because of our endowment, all your money can go directly to cancer research, which was pretty cool. Over $300 million given,
wow.
Over 600 grants across the country. I think we're going to reach around the 80 million raised amount to give away this year. We have actually had the board meeting this morning, and it's just been incredible what we've been able to do. But without ESPN, really, is been the MVP of our organization, of what they have contributed. And from day one, they have been the major partner. But we have a lot of great partners and donors and people that are really passionate about supporting and supporting the cause of fighting cancer.
Right. And I would say that also the MVP, because, I work with boards a lot and people, they transition on and off. And I think this is probably your 31st year.
Yes.
So you've also helped make this impact throughout for millions.
Well, Jim has made me, I'm a founding member, and so they can't kick me off. And it's a few things. I'm passionate about my family. I'm passionate about NC State. But I'm passionate about people and giving back in any way I can. That's what it should be about. We should be helping people fulfill their dreams and helping people who's in need of any kind of cause. So I'm happy. I talked the other day to an entrepreneurial group at NC State. And I told them, I came to NC State as a first-generation graduate. And I didn't come to NC State just to be trained, but I'm going to leave educated. And that's what education should be about. What we got going on now, I ain't even heard the word education or student athlete since we've been here. I've heard NIL. I heard paying players. I heard acquisitions, buying football team. I was like, what in the world are we? What are we in now?
Exactly.
Which is amazing. But I'm going to stick with what the history has done. People before us who've done some great things, and I want to pay it forward as well and go back and help as many people as I can fulfill their dreams.
Man, we're talking to Dereck Whittenburg, having multiple discussions. I want to pivot to, you mentioned some things, your family and the foundation you're involved in, but how about this foundation, Dereck Whittenburg Foundation?
Yes.
Talk about that.
Can't leave without talking about that.
And how you guys impacted students and people talk about that.
Yeah, it's been incredible. Just had a banquet the other day, gave away 20-some scholarships, and obviously Jacqueline Whittenburg think it's the Jacqueline Whittenburg Foundation. she's the engine.
She's the MVP.
She's the MVP. She's the engine, and we're happy to do that. I'm not involved day to day, haven't been for a long time. She kind of runs the show and my board and everything, so it's in my name. But it's been incredible work to help juniors and seniors finish college. I think at least $250,000 of that money raised and scholarships given out. That's some of that's gone to NC State as well. It's gone St. Aug and Shaw, and Wake Tech, you name it, Wilmington.
Yeah.
We want to help all schools.
Oh man!
And I think it's been great to see those kids, to help them get across the finish line is something special.
Yeah.
We're excited to have our friend with us, legendary Dereck Whittenburg. We can't let you leave. Can you pick up that book right there?
Yes.
Without talking a little bit about the shot heard all around the world.
Shot heard around the world, and it's about the history of my family. It's about the people that help you along the way, teachers, coaches, people in the community. We can't achieve anything without others.
That's right.
And I just want to pay it forward to them and tell a story. And I encourage everybody else to tell their story. I was talking to Tubby Smith the other today. He's got the history that Tubby Smith has is incredible.
Yeah, man.
1 of 12 kids, and winning a national championship, and just, he's a good friend. Matter of fact, he's one of my testimonies here. Tommy Amaker, who I grew up with, and coach at Harvard. I mean, who imagine that?
Right, exactly.
Coached at Michigan and Harvard, and I think he's doing some great work there, and just a lot of cool relationships. And I have the most photographs in the history of any book. So I went to the playground at the White House, and I got this picture right here. This is back in '83 when I was in the White House with Ronald Reagan in the Oval Office.
Yeah,
I thought that was see, it's one thing about when you're a filmmaker, you got to make people see the story that you're trying to tell.
That's right.
So in the book, it's the same way. In order for you to see what I'm talking about, you're reading it. But if I got the photographs to show you who my parents are, A.J. Whittenburg, who integrated South Carolina schools in 1960, civil rights leader. I mean, my aunt who worked for J.W. Marriott.
Yeah.
My uncle, George, who was the first black basketball player at Fort Belvoir Army Base. I mean, I got some real history of people before me.
Right.
That's been successful. So it's not just
even some people down in Atmore, Alabama.
Atmore, Alabama, your spot.
Some of my people.
Yeah, some of your people. We might be cousins.
We may be.
Y'all might be.
Well, I would say this though. I know we up against it, but you mentioned the pictures you have there in the Oval Office. But it's a couple other pictures in there that I think really made your book take off, just fly off the shelf. The picture of the sports shop.
Sports shop, man.
We up in there. We up in there.
You up in there. You up in there.
Let me tell you something. That warms our heart, though. We told you many times the fact that you felt so nice to have us in your book. We really appreciate it. It goes a long way.
You guys do a wonderful job, and I love what you do. What we do in the community.
Yes, exactly.
Other than just a sports shop, it's an extension of that.
Yeah,
and we got to continue to do that. And help
other man, we're gonna do that, man. We're gonna continue to do it. The breakfast that you had, we was a part of that.
Yes, that was
she's
awesome.
hugging Ralph. I mean, it was
all over. He's from Virginia.
I know. We in North Carolina.
Might not ever ain't seen him since. Ain't talked to him since.
He's just so tall. He's so tall.
And they can still get the book too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They can still
how can they get it right quick?
They can go Amazon, but on Facebook, even I'm going to launch in January different book signings. I've had some at Jimmy V's and at Medios. Yeah. I've had it in several different places, and it's good. It's intimate. People come by and they talk. You take a picture. You personally sign the book. You take a photograph, and they want to tell a story.
Love it. We're gonna get Reese to
Look
tell
out
his
for it,
next.
Dereck Reese.
Listen every afternoon